Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Rayner's Racing League. Tonight is Wednesday night, which is the F2, and we are at round 10 in Mexico. Tonight, myself, I'm doing commentary. Also, I am proudly to have a co-commentator tonight, DXT Ferret. Ferret, how are you, mate?
I'm good, Karen. Good. How are you, buddy?
I'm not too bad, thank you.
So what do you think of the circuit then?
I think it's okay. I mean, the only part I struggle with on this track is the S section, because if you don't get a perfect entry going into the first part of it, then you can end up going wide and you'll end up losing the car and probably spinning.
Yeah, I can understand that. So we've got Pans, who's actually the first driver out on the track. It's quite interesting to see how he does.
Yep, I think a couple of people, three people have they're doing the wet tyre strategy again. So
yeah, I can see 5 with the wet tyres so far.
I think it's 3 I can only see on mine.
Devil's End, Jack Blunn, Pans, Nilmer, and Senna on my screen have all got the wet tyres. It's obviously they're using it to save their super softs, which is actually quite smart.
Yes, quite
because
smart.
you got half an hour, get some practices, see how the track is, see what line you need to be taking, because it is a tough circuit.
Yes, it is.
It's 4.3 kilometers, 2.67 miles, 17 corners, so it's a lot. It's a lot for a short. It's actually a short circuit, but there's a lot of turns, and those S sections just take a lot out of your tyres.
Yeah, definitely.
There's quite a few heavy braking zones as well, so we should be expecting a lot of overtaking.
We've lost Devil's Nightmare, so hopefully Devils can get back in, but if he's in a party chat, anyone can send him an invite. So if are you going to do the lap with someone on soft tyres, or
yes, I tell you what, we'll go with the D-pad master of Puppy.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So
we'll get on board with them.
I'll let you do that, and then I'll run through the championship standings.
Absolutely, that sounds like a great idea. So a little bit about the Mexico circuit. So the circuit is called Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. It's actually named after the two Rodriguez brothers of Ricardo and Pedro. Now, Ricardo died in practice on the inaugural race, which was a non-championship F1 race, which is unfortunate. His brother died 9 years later, so that was back in 1962 that Ricardo lost his life, so unfortunate for that, but at least they live on forever in this circuit. So we've got Poppy now, who's going through the stadium section, just coming up to the final corner, and then we'll get running a lap rundown with Puppy. So let's clear the screen. I'll leave his lap time up and the map up as he starts this lap along the Recta Principal, which is basically just the start-finish straight. The main straight, Principal meaning main. As you come up to the turns 1, 2, 3 of the S's, Moses Solana, named after another Mexican driver. This is where I reckon we're going to see quite a lot of the battling, because there is an opportunity there as we do hit the second DRS zone into Recta Trancera, as we head up into turn 4, 5 of the little chicane here of the S's del Lago, which means the S's of the lake, where there is a lake just behind the bleachers there on the left. As we go around to Hoquila, double apex turn at the top of the map. As we do head down into the S's. Now these S's are very similar to the ones you find in Circuit of America. They are very different. Every corner is different. It's not an easy flow. It's all about perfect timing. as we head into the Recta del Oval. As that is the back straight for the oval into the stadium section of Foro Sol. So Foro Sol, I think it's something to do with the name of the old stadium that's here. And then into Parallel Delta. So round the Cabana corner, and let's see how Poppy does. Now this is a really tough circuit for Poppy. And he got 127.7, but fantastic time for someone who's actually using a D-pad.
Yes, so nice track run down there by Gaz, much appreciated as usual. So, championship standings. As it stands now, tables will need updating, but as it stands up now, Regan McKenna is actually going to be leading this F2 championship with the retirement of LH not racing anymore on a Wednesday night. So technically you'll have Regan in first with 110, Meep showing second with 88, Freedom in third with 77, then we go Pans with 60, Non-Human with 57, King Panda 53, Apex 29, the XT Senna 28, Core with 26, Puppy with 24, then Devil's Nightmare with 20, then Jack Blunn with 19, Toxic Street with 18, Paige with 16, Drew with 15, DXT Noma with 8, Green Ace with 8, and Curly with 4, and at the back we have DRA 66 with 0 points.
Well, I've stuck on with board Poppy. Poppy did get a 127.7, but it was invalidated. It seems to invalidate right at the end of the S section, so that's just a little update why he hasn't jumped to the top of the air.
I was wondering why he hadn't jumped up.
Yeah.
So, can we set? What are your predictions for top 3, guys, for tonight? I can see after last week's performance, I can see Freedom will put himself up there.
Right. This is where the whole thing's opens up to everybody really, because we've got obviously LH not being there and Meep's not in the race today, so
Meep's not in, so
two of the quickest drivers not here, so it's opened up. So we've got Regan, who's all know is very quick. We've got Non-Human and Freedom, the McClay brothers. Those two are very, very quick. I've seen them race in multiple formats, and Freedom seems to have found his groove recently. A Non-Human tends to do quite well around Mexico, so I'm hoping for the same. I'm actually hoping Non-Human beats his brother, to be fair.
That'd be a good talk about among next week's race.
Of course, yes. I do love a brother rivalry. Do you know, back in the when Phil Neville went over to Everton and Gary Neville played for United, there was that little rivalry between them.
Yep.
It's always great to see. Now, I'm going to go for the McClay brothers and Regan, top 3, but I am not going to you got drivers such as Apex who could pull off a cheeky little fast lap.
Yeah. You can probably see Apex up there as well. So
yeah, so Apex is one of those drivers. Like last season, he started quite slow, and when he started picking up the pace, he's just smashing it. Now Size is just stuck at one. Oh, Green Ace has spun. What?
Not good.
He's hit the barrier, but he's got no damage.
Alright, okay.
That was weird.
That was weird. I've just thought of something. I forgot 2 announcements. So, first one, is obviously Season, because Season's come back. Drew kind of didn't want to carry on racing in the F2 for some reason. I'm not sure what it was. But
he wasn't enjoying it as much as what he was hoping to be. Similar reasons to why I stopped racing. Just wasn't enjoying it, couldn't get the hang of it, and I completely understand that.
So
no point killing yourself racing a race if you're not enjoying it.
No. So we've got Season back in with us. Hopefully it's full time as well, because Season is actually a pretty good driver and he's quick as well.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so, he's stuck at 127.7, which actually is pretty much near enough the same time as what Poppy put in earlier.
Yep.
And now we have seen Poppy up there in the battles at times.
As Freedom goes fastest with a 125.1, sorry.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. It does smash it. And King Panda with 128.2. And Grass 66 131.7. So I'm gonna I'm not gonna count the super soft the wet laps in this, because they are well and truly off pace.
Yep.
So we've got Nilmeret, who's out on an out lap with those wet tyres. We've got Non-Human out on a lap on those wet tyres. Now let's see what Non-Human can do with those wet tyres, because he should be what we would say similar pace to his brother.
Yep.
And so what we could do, we could judge that and see where everybody else will be fitting in, really. He's coming on the final bend. Let's have a look. He's so 138.2. So Pans will be up there with the top 4.
Yep.
But Pans was really quick last week as well. He got he got on the podium, but then Non-Human got reinstated after there was the whole VSC
disqualification for not using the right tyres and stuff like that.
So from my understanding, and just so I do believe Rainer will tell us if I've got this wrong, but the reason for this is that people are entering the pit entry before the VSC closes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that triggers a invalid pit stop, which means that you get disqualified if you don't pit before the last lap. Right? Yeah. So that's quite fair. What they were even though it's like a little bit of miscoding from Codemasters, that they should allow them to pit because it does go fully green before they enter the pit lane. But this has happened to Paige beforehand. It's happened now to Non-Human, and Rainer has advised, along with the stewards, that drivers do not attempt to pit. Oh, Non-Human! Cut in the corner at the end to save a little bit of time. Terrible. And we did have a spin there, so maybe the spin affected them. Who was it was spinning?
I think it's Non-Human.
Senna spun. Yeah. Non-Human is the one who's gone into the pits now, but Non-Human cut the corner at the end. But yeah, so they are advised that if the VSC is ending, don't try and pit, because it will invalidate it and you will not be reinstated. No. So that is final now. That's the end of it. So if you're caught by this bug, then you're gonna have to deal with it. It's your own problem. You have been warned. Also, while we got the attention of everybody, let's throw out there about the whole sponsor. So, Rangers Racing League could not be possible to fund the winners of the season without SimRacer Coin's sponsorship. So SimRacer Coin is a cryptocurrency based on Ethereum 20. It is tradable on Catex.io. Have a look into it, guys. SimRacer Coin. does look like is looking to reward winners of esport races and leagues with some cryptocurrency, so eventually be able to buy themselves some sim racing equipment. And to be honest, it's not a small amount. It's not like, you know, £10-15. It's a few £100 that people are actually getting, really, and it's quite decent. So big up there, and well done to Rayner for managing to seal the sponsorship for another season. Absolutely fantastic.
Definitely. As Gaz was doing the sponsor, I was on board with Correct Savant. Now, Correct Savant, obviously Ash is my brother, so it's good to see him back, actually racing back in Rayner's Racing League. He's back full time, so I hope he'll be able to sort of improve a lot more through to this season and next season, and also get up front and bring the fight to a couple of fast drivers.
Hopefully, because last season Ash did show a lot of improvement.
Oh, yeah, he did. As he spun.
But the thing is, though, I think he's actually using this as a second warm-up lap. So, so it's get some heat in those tires, get it warmed up, get it going. So, what I reckon we're gonna do? I reckon because we've got plenty of time now. Let's talk. Let's actually go through each driver from top to bottom of the board at the moment. We may miss a couple, but we'll go back to them. We'll go through them and let's have a little chat and say what we think about each of these drivers. So, we'll start from the very bottom. So, Ian Marshall.
Obviously, reminders to the drivers: don't take it to heart what we say. It's not personal.
Yeah, it's just our personal opinion. Now, Ian is Kaylee's brother. I've only seen him race a couple of times, and he is actually quite consistent. He can battle. He's quite clean. I'm hoping that he smashes Kaylee all over the place, which he should do. But that's really, I can't really say too much about Ian. What's your experiences of Ian?
I think with him being a good driver as well, he can actually make you fight for position. You know, he don't really get in any mistakes or whatever, but all in all, I think it is massively improved as well since joining.
So then we go up to Puppy. Now, Puppy Senior. Now, we know Puppy as the D-pad master. He's the only person I know that could take these cars, handle him with a D-pad. He's old school. As old school as you can get, he is out there. I'm in awe of what he can do with a D-pad.
Yeah.
The one thing that's like you'll notice it because it's either all on or all off for the steering, and he gets it spot on. As Freedom puts another fastest lap of a 124.8 as we speak. Yes. Anything you like to add about Puppy?
No, you just really explained it all, to be honest.
So we've got Regan McKinnon, another Scot on track. Now, I've always seen him being quite quick. Now, last season at Austria, I was right behind him for the first 10 laps of a race of the classics, and I ran out of talent, and that was it. I ruined my race, but he's such a good driver.
As Green Ace has been disqualified from blocking the pit lane.
I honestly don't think that was intentional. I think it might have been just a little issue. We'll try and find out. But yeah, what's your opinions of Regan? I just think he's just too quick, especially on pad.
Yeah, I think he's too quick.
Yeah. Imagine what he could do on the wheel if he sat there and tried it on his wheel and worked on his wheel. I reckon he'd be a lot quicker.
I think he would as well. So yeah, Regan is a master on track. You know, he don't hardly make any mistakes or anything like that. So, and obviously, like I said before, he get all other drivers will give you a battle. So, but yeah, Regan's really good, really quick.
So we go on to Paige now. Paige Baguette. Well, I'm gonna let you go first in this one. Let's see what you say about Paige.
Oh, thanks. Put me on the spot.
I have to. Gotta change it up a bit.
Paige now. Since I think I raced Paige a couple of times since she's joined Rangers Racing League, and every race that she's joined, you know, she's improved massively. And with, I think one track I could go back to would have to be French Grand Prix on Friday, I think it was. And Paige absolutely dominated that race from start to finish. And obviously she does the same racing in any other league she does. So Paige has you know, massively improved herself and shown that ladies can actually race.
Yeah,
basically. So if you know, if there's, like, I'll put it out there, if there's any girls out there that doesn't think that they can do anything, come and watch one of Rangers Racing Leagues and watch one of his streams. And if Paige is there, she'll show you that actually ladies can and girls race. So that's all I have to say about that, really.
Yeah, I've got to agree with you. In my eyes, at the moment, she is the most improved driver in the F2. Because when we first started the season, I was racing, and I was battling with her and Curly on the first race for the first half lap before I crashed. So it's yeah, she was at that pace at the bottom, and then like the week after she was a little bit further up, and then all of a sudden she's up there mixing it in with the big boys. She's won races in the F1 series with Rangers Racing League, so I'm hoping that she will get one of these F2 cars on a podium soon, because she deserves it. She's getting there. Right now she's sitting 5th on the timing board, which is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic time there from Paige for 1:27.1. She's gonna get up there. Right, so we're gonna go to Devil's N. Now, I've not seen much of Devil's N, but what I've seen has been quite good. He can make quite a lot of mistakes, but he's got good pace, and he gets a nice line for the corners. Yep. But I need to see a bit more of him to really give a full judgment of his driving. So
I think he did. I think he did actually take. I'm not sure if it's true, but I think he took a step back for a while.
Yeah, I've seen that. You say I've not seen him in as much races lately than I was in before, but yeah, hopefully he's back, fully raring to go. Like everybody needs a break from time to time, and I'm hoping the break's done well, and we'll get to see more of him and see how he does progressing through.
Yep.
So we'll go to DXT Centre. Jack Stegall. Now Jack, he's my boy. I do like Jack. He is
right. Well, this is all you then.
Now I like Jack. Now Jack is one of these drivers that I've seen him race in other leagues. He raced in TTFL. The problem I find is that he's not fully. I don't think he's fully comfortable in these F2 cars, or maybe it's the new F1 game. Because in the last game he was quite dominant. He was quite strong. And it just seems that he's not got his pace, he's not got his handling, he's making more and more mistakes than what he would normally do. last season. So, touch wood, he gets his finger out his butthole and sorts himself out.
Yeah.
But let's see how he does, and because we're coming to the halfway point of the season, so we've still got a few races to go, and hopefully we get more improvements from little jockey boy. Do you have anything to say about DXT Senna?
No, not much really. I think I'm not sure if I've raced him on track, but other than that, I don't really know much about him. So I think like I said, I think I have raced him on track and that, but I'm not sure if I were racing with him before. Obviously, I took my break away and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm a bit unsure.
Yeah, you might have had a race or two with him. So we'll jump on to DXT Nilmra, aka Wild Gamer. Now he is the Lewis Hamilton of lawnmower racing. He is. No, hands down. He is a championship-winning lawnmower racer. So maybe if he drives on the grass, he might be a bit quicker. Because I've seen him struggle in these F2 cars quite a bit. He's nowhere near the pace I know he can get. I also think the whole game's shifted everybody's ability. Because Wild Gamer was last season up at near the top, battling along with other drivers that I will name when we go up through, but he should be up there.
Yeah,
and
I think he should be as well.
And these two DXT drivers that we just mentioned need to be pulling a finger out and represent well and get themselves up there.
Yeah.
So anything that you got to say about Wild Gamer or Nilmra?
No, not really. Apart from that, he's a good driver, and you know, like I said, without him doing mistakes and stuff and cutting the grass and whatever, he could probably get there, probably put himself up there with the best of them and start fighting up front.
Yeah, absolutely. Now Pans is just going across the line. I want to see where he's up at third with 125.9. That's where Pans should be. Pans is quick.
Yeah.
He's quite consistent as well. He's quite clean. So I've got nothing more to say about Pans, but he deserves to be where he is right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, so we'll quickly change.
I've changed over to Apex, so he's going to go out for another lap by the looks of it. Yeah,
so what we're doing, right, because we might as well talk about non-human and freedom. Now, obviously they're new to the Rainer's Racing League this season. They are DXT drivers, so they're driving the TTFL. Great addition to the Rainer's Racing League community. Because they are very quick and very consistent, and they will challenge drivers such as Reagan, Meep and LH for wins. So that's for both of them, and I'm quite happy to see Non-Human is actually beating his brother right now.
Yeah.
By half a second.
Yeah. So I think we could have a bit of brotherly rivalry on track tonight.
Oh, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So we've got Nilmra right now is sitting in 5th on the on the pole position board, which is fantastic to see. He's up where he should be. So maybe he's found it. Maybe he's found his pace.
Maybe. So I didn't see it, but it looks like Ash has decided to stay in the pits and retire.
Yeah, because we are coming up to the end of qualifying. I know we haven't gone through all the drivers, but we've gone through quite a few of them. We'll probably catch up with a few of them in a bit later on anyway. Just what I've got to say before qualifying does round up at the end. Jack Blunt. Last season he was up at the top 3.
Yes.
And now he's sitting there like in the mid pack. I would love to speak to Jack and find out why he's not got the pace that he used to have.
Yeah.
Whether is it the fact that other drivers improved more than him, or is it the fact that he's finding this transition to this new game a lot tougher? Like I found it really
Yeah.
tough. So
I'd like to know that. Really would, because when we was teammates in the McLaren last season, whether he was quicker than me or whatever, we'd still give the respect to all drivers around us, and we would battle. So I don't know. I'd like to know sort of what's gone off, and
yeah. So
it could, like I say, it could be the game. So we don't know.
It could be. Well, Pans. Looks like Pans has actually ran out of fuel. He's crawling around the track. Apex invalidated his last lap. We've got Dixie Senna up in 5th. I say these DXT boys need to pull out the finger and look at them now. The 5th and 6th.
Yep.
This is exactly what. Oh, and he's jumped up to 4th. Well done to Jack.
Wow.
Very
nice,
good lap
Jack.
time there from Jack.
Very good lap time, yes, definitely.
So quick, we're going to do a quick rundown. So we've got non-human with 124.3, our fast, our pole position. I don't think anybody's going to take that spot off him, because I think the only driver left to go is Pans, and he's run out of fuel. Second, we've got Freedom, his brother, on a 124.8. Pans 124.9. We have DXT Senna 125.2. Apex 126.2. DXT Nilma 126.2. So very close between the two drivers there. We've got I Marshall 125.6.5. Jack Blum 126.7. Devil's Nightmare on 126.9. King 5 Panda on a 127.0. Paige Baguette on a 127.1. Sizen, granddad to most of us, 127.7. Correct Savants on 128.4. We've got Curly on 129.1. Grass 66 on a 130.2. Reagan McKinnon not setting a lap time. And we've got the D-Pad Master who didn't set a lap time either. And Green Ace who disqualified himself for whatever reason. I'm not too sure. But
blocking the pit lane, apparently.
Yeah, it was blocking the pit lane. Whether it was a glitch in the game or whether it was another issue. And then I don't know if you can see this, but we just got Dan Tickton, Christian Lundberg, Roy Nassani and Marino Sato join us for the race. Obviously they won't really join us for the race because Dan Tickton will probably take everybody else. Christian Lundgaard will probably overtake everybody. Roy Nassani will probably face the other way. Sato will probably forget to jump in his car because he's eating too much sushi.
Yeah.
Which he has done before. This is not me being racist. He missed his time to get in his car because he was eating sushi. So 4 points to non-human for that pole position. Fantastic for himself there.
Fantastic.
So the McClay brothers 1 and 2. Who'd have thunk it?
Who'd have thunk it, eh?
Yeah. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, guys, if you haven't done already, just give us a follow either on my YouTube or on Cairo's Twitch. Let us know what you think. Who do you think's going to win? Who do you think's going to be on the podium? Wait, what lap do you think the first safety car's going to come out? That's another good one.
Oh, that'll be a good one, yeah.
I'm thinking lap 4. So this, because we've got 20 laps of these with these drivers going around. So I'm expecting that. No dive bombs into turn 1. We don't want any Jack the Stigall movements.
No, we don't want that.
Oh, it looks a little bit miserable.
But miserable, just done it.
It's not wet though. I want to wet race in Mexico. It'd be amazing that. I'll tell you what's bugging me. Right, the view I've got of the pit lane, you got European flags getting waved.
Yep, I've got that as well.
The funny thing is that the Mexico was actually meant to replace Valencia in 2013. and it was going to be called the European Grand Prix.
Oh, really?
Really, it's stupid because, but
Nice.
it wouldn't be the first. It wouldn't have been the first time a non-European country would have been called given the European Grand Prix, and I don't think it will be the last. Azerbaijan got it as well, didn't he? Their inaugural race was called the European Grand Prix. So it's kind of weird when they do that. But Russia got it as well. A Russian race got called the European Grand Prix, even though Russia is definitely not in Europe. And the only reason why the Russian football team play in the Euros is because of the proximity. It's the same as why Israel is actually can qualify for European football.
Oh, okay.
All political. That's what it is.
And also, I would like to say it's a bit of a gas factor as well.
Yeah, it's a bit of a gas fact. I do love this track. I think it's absolutely amazing. Herman Tilke got it right again. Now, anybody who listens to me commentating about Herman Tilke, I usually tell him and say how much of a clunderhook he is. There's a lot of tracks up there that he's made. Some are fantastic, like Bahrain.
Yes.
And then some are so bad that you just don't want to ever see them. I would actually find a way to get out of commentating on them if I could. So that's just sake of Americas. I would purposely find a reason not to commentate on that race. Yeah. Because I unless I really have to, I try not to commentate on it. I think last season I quite enjoyed commentating Raiders Racing League around America because the lads actually put a good race on. As Not Human now is coming around the final bend. Yep. As we are lining up for that was quite a quick formation lap.
Was.
So predictions. I think Non-Human will make his usual mistake, but he'll climb back. DXT Senna, I'm expecting him to continue his good run of form in this race, and I'm hoping he gets a podium. And Nilma. But it's anybody's race, really. Paige Baguette to get points.
Yeah, Paige.
That's another shout.
Even Ash.
Yeah, Regan McKinnon, 16th to podium. If he gets that, he gets my driver of the day.
Yeah, he does. So, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we are still waiting. And we are finally underway for lap 1 at the Mexican Grand Prix in the F2. And it looks like Freedom is side by side going down to turn 1. So we've got actually both the brothers towing mostly everybody down. Freedom, it goes into P1. His brother tries to go around. As Regan's got a 3-second time penalty.
Spin. Apex spun.
Oh no!
Apex spun. He took someone with it. He took Pans with him. But there's cars everywhere.
Regan, 10-second time penalty
for
exceeding track limits.
Was he avoiding a contact?
Oh, I don't know.
I think he might avoid the contact, and that's why he's got that. I think he might have cut the corner to avoid contact. And he hasn't really.
Devil's Nightmares spun coming out of the hairpin thing.
Yeah, correct. Savant has gone a bit slow around that the top double apex corner there, so hopefully he hasn't got any damage. But
so
Carey's got damage. Struggle at the back.
So we've got both brothers still leading with a 2-second gap to DXT Senna. So the two brothers are going to be battling. So we did say we could have a brother rivalry battle on track.
Wait there, have you seen where Puppy is?
Oh my god, Puppy, P5.
And
where did he start?
He started second to last. He started 17th. Green started 18th, ends up into 7th.
Wow, so Puppy's actually made up 12 places. 12 places.
What a start from the D-pad master.
What a start from the D-pad master. Definitely, I'd agree with you guys. An absolute star.
Oh man, I don't want to curse it. I'm going to stay off him. I mean, after that start, I want him to do well. So,
there's non-humans still trying to look for an overtake on his brothers. Freedom does go a little bit wide going into that hairpin, but it looks like he's stuck it. But non-humans still trying to find a way past his brother.
Absolutely. Now, I don't know whether Ash is having a bit of trouble at the moment getting to grips with the car still, because he's seeming a little bit slower than what I would expect.
I do as well. As Season is going off track. Whoa, that was a little bit close there from Season as he was coming back on track. Then it looked like he's got damage as well.
Yeah, I think that he's got damage and he was staying out of the way. He was just, I honestly want to say that he put himself out of the way to make sure he didn't interrupt anybody else's race. Nilmer, who had that spin earlier, looking to make Jack Blood spins.
Oh, Jack!
I was on board with Nilmer, and I just actually seen him goes waving around. This is wrong. What?
This is wrong. What's going on?
10-second time penalty. But
Ash has spun as well, so he's made a mistake going into the chicane.
Yeah. Now, I'm hoping Jack Blum gets that taken off him, because he did not exceed track limits. He spun out. He's gone Formula Ford, and he gets a 10-second penalty on to boot as well. So hopefully
Regan gets his removed as well, because
I think that's the same as well. I think he's avoiding contact and that, and he was caught amongst those that spun. So there was no improvement.
Picks up a 3-second time penalty. We've also we did have Curly. So Curly's spun. He's got damage. Devil's not. Well, there's looks like a collision going through the S section as Devil's Nightmare goes wide. So Devil's Nightmare's got damage. Season's still got that. No, Green Ace has got damage as well. So there's a lot of lot of collisions, not a carnage going. Zash picks up a 3-second time penalty. We've got non-human overtaking Freedom into the first corner. Still Freedom, still trying to find a way back past his brother, but he's behind him anyway. So he's got as non-human gets the DRS instead of Freedom. So is Freedom's going to make a move? No, he don't make a move.
Oh, mate, they're just so close. Look at them. They're just basically just prompting each other to make mistakes. Now, non-human, it has got a penalty.
Yes.
So what? So if it's 3-second penalty, so that's track limits. That's something that he's going to have to work hard on. And yeah, I don't think he's going to get much respite from his brother. His brother's just going to have to sit there going, you know what? Take the lead if you want. I'm just going to sit in here, tuck it here. 3 seconds is going to be a lot of work for non-human to make, unless Freedom makes the mistakes himself.
We've got yellow flag as Nilmer has spun going through the S section and has got damage to his front wing as well. Was it Season? Yeah, Season's got damage. So Devil's Nightmare and I Marshall trying to get past Season with his damage. We've still got yellow flags with Nilmer, so he's going to be changing his wing.
And Season's staying out, so I think he's judging the fact that he's probably thinking, well, I might as well stay out because I'm going to keep getting damage by the way it's going. But this just opens the door for I Marshall. Is I Marshall going to get in? He's going around the outside. Is he going to make the move to stick? Well, it's quite difficult to judge with it to be on the inside.
As Nilmer retires in the pits. And Regan, I think Regan picked up another 3-second penalty as well.
Yeah, he did. So I Marshall's just lost out to Devil's Nightmare because he went for the outside move on Season. A little bit of contact. He had to slam on hard to get the left hand there. And Devil's Nightmare just tucked up on around the outside, in the inside of turn 3, and made the move stick. So Sison's held them off quite well, but Devil's Nightmare's managed to capitalise on it. As Marshall's got to be careful because his brother, Curly, is behind him. Yes, by 8 seconds, but it's coming down.
So, both the brothers are still battling it out between each other. Freedom is now on the back of his brother with the RS. Looks like he's going to try and make a move into turn 1. So it looks like Freedom has gone into P1 and overtaken his brother and kept P1. Yeah,
absolutely. Now, I'm not convinced whether No Human defended that corner very well, defended that attack very well. I think he allowed his brother to go in front because if they work together, they can boost up a gap and guarantee first and second. But
as Puppy picks up his first penalty.
Yeah, he's slipping down a little bit now, is Puppy, but I still think it's a phenomenal start that he's had. Reagan is up into 5th, so that's fantastic to see from Reagan.
Yes, definitely.
Well, gamers just dropped a comment. This track suits me, very, very oversteery driving style. So yeah, and then he goes, "I looked at a curb and spun. I hate this game."
Oh, okay.
That's why he's decided to retire in the pits.
Ah, fair enough.
It is very, very difficult to correct around Ash in the pits.
Freedom puts in a 127 dead.
Absolutely fantastic. Now they've up to boosted the gap of 8.3 seconds. And Non-Human, no, he's not going to go for the move. He's just
nah. Yeah, I was just on board with him. I thought he was going to try and stick and move him, but it looks like he's got a better exit than his brother. So
yeah,
he could possibly make a move down here.
He had a nice line through those 3 corners. I don't know whether he was cutting it too much, but he definitely cut them nicely.
Yep, definitely.
Now, I do honestly think these 2 drivers are just going to use each other to boost the gap, get themselves with a pit stop gap and drive it home. Because it's soft and super soft is the options, is it?
Yes.
So these tyres,
basically the super softs are sort of the soft tyres. Sorry, are like a hard tyre.
Yeah, so they're going to be doing 13 laps on these soft tyres, and then super soft for the last 7. In theory.
Yep. So we've got another yellow flag in sector 1. It looks like Ash is really struggling tonight. With his car, so
we're having a lot of drivers who are struggling. We've got Jack Blunt who's struggling, Sison's struggling now. First race back, and he's finding it quite tough to get to grips. Grass 66. I'm gonna say this: Grass 66 is getting better and better each race.
Yeah,
slowly and surely he's getting better. So. Yeah, I hope all the best for him. I hope he does eventually he's able to start pushing into the points.
Yep, as Non-Human has just jumped on board with Non-Human and he overtakes his brother in the first sector, but Freedom still on the inside of him, dives down the inside. They're both still wheel to wheel going into the chicanes. Greenish picks up a 3-second penalty, so these 2 are not going to leave each other alone on track.
No, not at all. So, almost 10 seconds clear from the 3rd place.
Yeah, Ash has done the right thing by retiring in the pits with him struggling. So, as Freedom does a little bit of a dive bomb there, he massively cut that corner.
He definitely cut that corner massively. It's one of those corners. I've actually got a warning for that for exceeding track limits, but I'm surprised he didn't get a 10-second penalty for that one.
I was expecting that because that should have been technically a legal overtake.
It should have been. The issue that there is is that the overtake would have been done before he got onto the off-track area, because his nose would have been in front. Non-human picks up another few seconds.
Picks up another penalty.
See, this is the issue. No, non-human could probably put a report in for his program, like he overtook cutting a corner. Due to the game's dynamics, it doesn't register it as a cut for overtake, but it does register as a cut of the corner. It's just, oh my goodness, it'll be a headache for the stewards to sit there and understand.
Yeah, well, I think it will as well.
But don't worry, stewards. I'll give you. I'll let you know. It's definitely a penalty. Straight up a penalty. You don't have to work it out too much. It's a penalty. Take it from me. If non-human puts it in, then that is definitely a penalty, because cutting the corner with an lasting effect, it needs to be addressed.
As we've got Page sandwiched between both the University drivers of Devil's Nightmare and I Marshall, we've got a yellow flag. Look, is that Jack? So Jack spun, and he's got a 3-second time penalty.
I'm disagreeing with these penalties. I'm disagreeing with these penalties that Jack got. Really am. So yeah, Paige Baguette is actually, she is sandwiched. It's quite an appropriate name to have, as a Paige Baguette, if you're sandwiched between the University drivers. Yeah,
as
she doesn't mind being a bit of a sandwich, does she? As Paige.
Oh bless. So yeah, it looked like it's just jumped on board with Freedom. It looked like non-human stuck the overtake. So these two are still battling.
And we've got Apex on Panda. Apex on Panda into turn 4. Panda's still holding the position, but Apex is not going to let him go that easy.
No, definitely not.
A bit of a heavy braking from Panda, but Apex got a better exit from that corner. Let's see how they go through the S's. I'm expecting Apex to make a move before the stadium section with this current pace he's got at the moment. He seems to be handling these better, as Page picks up a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings.
It looked like non-human got a little bit of a tank slapper coming out of last corner.
Yeah.
Freedom is still trying. Freedom's going to make a move. Freedom's on the inside of his brother, takes and makes the move stick going into turn 3 and 4. As Greenace picks up a 3-second time penalty. But it looks like non-human's sticking with him. It looks like non-human took that line again and got a little bit of a better exit.
Yeah, so basically non-humans taking a better exit there, as Freedom's taking the corner cuts to stay in front. I really can't believe that Freedom did not get a penalty for that dive.
We've got a yellow flag. I think that's Greenace.
Typical Greenace. I wonder if he's drunk. He got terribly drunk on a school trip, didn't he? And got kicked out of school. So maybe he's having a few drinks and maybe getting kicked out of the league if he carries on.
Yeah, it's non-human. I'm just on board. Like I said, I was on board with non-human, and the lines that he's taking going through that section, he really does pull that gap back from Freedom as he goes through.
He really does. I see. Freedom seems to be a bit quicker on the pace, but non-human seems to have a better line. Imagine if both of them learned from each other how quick they could be. They'd be at LH level.
Yeah.
Because they're not far from it now. Just look at that, non-human caught him again.
Yep.
This is exactly what we're watching really. Is the main battle for first. This battle is not going to stop. Now,
Curly picks up a 3-second time penalty.
Well, I'm excited. So let's say, for instance, that no human puts a report in for freedom, cutting that corner and getting a lasting effect. That's 5 or 10 second penalty directly anyway.
Look, like I say, it's the line is second through these S's.
It's much quicker.
It's much quicker. Well, I thought you were going to make a move then down on
No. I
freedom.
thought he'd done the right thing. He backed off. He knew the move wasn't there. It's a tough corner to make the move. You've got to make it beforehand. And he did the right thing by backing off.
Yeah,
absolutely fantastic choice there by Nike.
So Freedom's the first one to jump in. Oh, he picked up a 5-second penalty. No.
And this makes it so interesting now.
Yes, it does. So,
oh my goodness. I've got tingles, mate. I've got tingles.
Yeah, I have as well.
This is going to be an epic race.
3-second time penalty. So, I think this will be actually a good race to the end.
Absolutely. Now I'll have a little look. Right, we've got to run through some of these drivers. So not human out in front at the moment. Go for the extra lap. Is he gonna make the jump now? I reckon he will.
I think he will.
I think he'll make the jump now. His tires will be a little bit fresher than his brothers, so he'll have that advantage.
He picks up another 3 seconds.
He is cutting those corners a bit too much on the S-bends.
Yeah, so
and that's where he's going to be losing out. But then we don't know whether if Freedom's going to get given a penalty for that corner cut he made earlier.
No, we don't.
So we don't know that. If that happens, then it kind of makes it a little bit more even between the drivers. But we'll see. Screen Ace is 5-second penalty for speeding the pit lane.
Yeah, so non-human jumps in. So where is Freedom? So Freedom now is just coming through the S section.
Yeah,
so he's catching up with Apex.
Yeah, he's on the Reta Oval. Ovalo? Yep. So he's come through for Sol.
Oh, sorry, it's not Apex. It's Garth JR66. So he's a lap down. So non-humans coming down the pits now. So as Freedom does jump his brother.
Yeah, if Freedom gets back in front, so non-humans got a bit more work to do. So and he missed his braking zone there massively. I do apologise, guys. We'll be back with the party in a moment.
Hans is looking to get on the back of Page, going through the S's as GR69's getting lapped as Freedom puts an 125.2. Pans goes on the outside of Page and overtakes Page. So DXT Senate is now in the pits.
Wow,
so,
I've been kicked out.
Oh no, that's not good.
I got kicked out the party. And now it's saying I'm in a completely different lobby altogether.
Oh, what the hell? So, as I was saying, try and pull that gap from his brother, unless as now jumps back in after.
Getting kicked
as
off.
we have Green Ace spinning in a section, so that couldn't have been good for non-human. So, but yeah, like I say, there's not really much in it for P1 battle between both brothers, so we'll have to see what goes on. As Regan pops himself up into P3 past Puppy, and it's also bringing DXT Senna into the mix as well. As DXT Senna gives Puppy a little bit of a nudge, so Puppy goes into the pits now. So we've got another yellow flag. Who would that be? Sector 1, that'd be Curly. So
Yeah,
what
Curly
happened
spun,
there to Curly?
I think he just spun. I think he's overcooked the corner. But great for what Curly's done. He's lost a big chunk of wing as well. So he's actually waited and allowed everybody to get past before coming back onto circuit, even though he would be ghosted for some of these drivers. But it's fantastic that he's done that, as he's got out of the way for Apex as well.
Oh no, non-human's picked up another 3-second time penalty, so now non-human has 12 seconds. So could we possibly still see a battle for P1, or
well, like I say, we've got to think about what's happening. As non-human slides.
Oh, his non-human slides.
He's managed to catch himself, but we're gonna see this. So I'm actually looking at the penalty screens right now, as we've got 4 laps to go. There's 4-second penalty between Freedom and non-human, and now we're assuming that the stewards may step in about Freedom's corner cutting. Standard corner cut is 10-second penalty on the game. Whether the stewards agree to that or not will change the game, the results if they did. Reagan, who's 15 seconds behind non-human, has also got 19 seconds of penalties, which will actually drop him down to 7th possibly, as Curly has retired in the pits. So it's one of those things that these penalties do add up. Now DXT Senna in 4th right now with 3-second penalties, only 1.7 seconds behind Regan, sorry. So Jax the Gal could be sitting on the podium at the end of this.
Yep.
Pan's no penalties.
No, Apex haven't got no penalties. Panda hasn't.
This is the 3rd race, 4th race in a row. Panda has not picked up a penalty.
Yep.
Now, he's not picked up a penalty on track, but there has been a few driver-to-driver conducts that has surfaced. But his ability on track though, it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's actually really good, very well performed. Now we've got Puppy, Page, Devil's Nightmare and Ian all on 3 seconds, with Green Ace following with 4 seconds and Sizen with 3 seconds. Sorry, Green Ace with 14, not 4. Sorry. So we've got Ash has actually jumped into my chat and said hi guys and Chris. So hi Ash, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining.
We really do enjoy when people do join us in the chats. Now where's the battles? Where's the battles, guys? Come on. We want to see this. It has been entertaining. I'm quite shocked about the amount of penalties. Especially from the top 3. Freedom with the first speed in the pit lane. That's a schoolboy error, that is.
So Green Ace picks up another penalty, so that's 17.
Yeah, I think he's going for the whole. I want the most penalties.
Yeah.
But then Regan could actually have that 10-second penalty removed if he thinks it was unjust,
Yes.
because he hasn't had that 10 seconds served in the
No,
penalty
because
in the pits.
no, because obviously, if he was avoiding cars and damage and whatever.
He was caught up in the mix of the things as well, so it's not like he's gained an advantage. Even if he did cut the corner to avoid, he did gain a lasting advantage.
Yeah.
We've seen Jack Blunt pick up a 10-second penalty for spinning out at the start-finish straight. So it's all questionable.
Yes, it sure is.
So we've got Tristan saying hello. Hello, Tristan.
Hello, Tristan.
Hello. It's very great for Tristan to join us. Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
So Tristan's going to be at one of his things. He's got to try and get as much racing as he can in. Because once this babby comes along, Tristan won't be racing as much.
No, he won't be. So Freedom now is on the last lap of 20. So before the race finishes, Gaz, who would you give for your driver of the day?
Oh,
and why?
This is tough.
So I know it's going to all get chosen in the Discord chat, but
yeah, this is for us though, isn't it? This is the commentator's
so obviously with us two, who would you give your driver of the day to and why?
Poppy. I'd give it to Poppy. There's no way you can shy away from the fact that Poppy, through all the disaster that happened in the first 3 corners, to get up into 5th, that is some skill.
Yeah,
you do know that Poppy will hold his hands up and go, look, he knows he's not the fastest, and especially being on a D-pad, it makes the corners a lot slower for him.
Yeah.
But he's sitting it in 8th, and he got the best start in the whole grid.
Yes,
absolutely phenomenal.
Our driver of the day is going to Puppy, as Freedom now comes down the back straight and wins the Mexican Grand Prix of Reynolds Racing League, as Non-Human is 2nd, and we will just wait and see who jumps up into P3. Obviously, Regan finished P3, but obviously with other circumstances of a penalty.
Yeah, even so, Regan, even if he gets his 10-second penalty removed, he will still be in 5th.
Yes.
He'll go up 1 place, but he will not be able to get Pan, so he'll go up to 5th if he gets the 10-second removed. Apex is currently sitting in 5th. Panda 7th. Poppy coming around. Last few bends. Definitely. I've got to give it to him. The guy was fantastic. Tristan is asking, how are we? We are well, Tristan.
We are well, mate. Thank you for asking. So, guys, if you like, get top 3 in for interviews if they'd like to.
So let's bear with me while I try and find these little gems. I know, yeah. I will be honest. I was quite shocked how it went. Right, I've got Freedom and I've got Dixie Senna, but I've not got non-human.
Right. I ain't got non-human neither, so probably I get Freedom to send him the invite or something.
Yeah, hopefully they'll be able to join us. Alright, I'm going to try and get out. Right, let's. Alright, so Freedom's joined the party.
Yep.
Freedom, if you'd be able to send an invite to your brother for us, that'd be fantastic.
He's just went off, he can't join.
Oh, he's right off. Oh, no worries. No worries.
Okay.
So we'll just wait for little Jack Stegall, little Jackie boy.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, it's you know, tell you what, being someone right with Scottish heritage, it's fantastic to see 3 Scotsmen on a podium. Oh, you're Chinese in the game, yeah, but in real life you are definitely
Yeah, a little bit.
a little bit. You're definitely Scottish. You can tell by your voice, man. So we've got Jack.
Hello.
Hello, Jack. Now, straight up, mate. What an improvement from previous races.
Thanks.
You were struggling at the beginning of the season, and now you're starting to get show what your pace is. I've been telling people how good you really are, and now you're starting to show it. It's fantastic to see. So tell us how you felt your race went today.
Fairly consistent, apart from at the start when I bugged down, like, to like 10th, maybe 9th. But what happened in turn 1 helped me out a lot, and I got 4th. Or, yeah, I think I got 4th. And then Devil's spinning out helped me get to 3rd, and then from there out it was just fairly consistent until pit stops. And then that's it, really, just consistent.
Yeah, you had a really strong race, really. You hardly any penalties.
Only one.
Yeah, and it's not easy to not get penalties.
No.
So you can pick them up in the S-bends very easily. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. I cannot fault your performance. Any questions for you, Chris?
No, not really. I think you know, like I say, Jack, you know, did what he had to do, and to obviously get a podium. Plus, he did say in the Discord chat that it was his first podium as well. So
Yeah. First of many, I hope.
Yeah, first of many. So big congratulations on that, mate.
Thank you.
Now we're gonna go straight over to Freedom. Now, Freedom.
Hello.
Second in qualifying. Your start was fantastic. You managed to get your brother into tier 1, hold it off, and a bit of the battle between you and your brother was quite good. Did you and your brother work together to build up the gap behind you, so then you didn't get caught?
We was battling. We knew it was between us. Like from the early, like we kind of was pulling away from early, so we knew it was near him.
Yeah. Oh.
So he got penalties, and I just relaxed a little bit. But can I just say, I absolutely hate stopping. Like I always get a 5-second penalty going into the pits. I think it's every single time, every F2 race, I have like a 5-second penalty going into the pits.
It's because you don't know what a break is, mate. We seen you going into that stadium section taking half the corner out.
Yeah, what happened there, Freedom?
Yeah, I had to apologise to my little brother because literally, see that, I don't know what it is with that curb, I went I was drifting to the left, and as soon as I hit that curb, I felt like I sped up and it just kicked me, so I had to cut the corner not to slam into the back of him.
Yeah, well,
Jeez.
you was approaching him very quickly. It did look like an evasive manoeuvre, but you cut the corner and then you cut the lead after that.
It's because he had DRS. I thought it was fair. He was going to get the DRS, but it ended
Oh
up...
yeah. That's the excuse. Yeah, he's gonna get DRS. It's fine. What it really is. It's like, you're my little brother. Now I'm gonna make you my little bitch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Now, I'm going to throw this out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Not only are the top 3 guys on the podium were Scottish, you also TTFL veterans.
Hey.
Now, you are representing really well, guys. Thank you.
We're just... I don't know, I'm just getting the hang of this F2. It's like on my 5th race or something. So it's good, it feels good, it feels like slow motion. Compared to F1, it just feels like slow motion, so it's easier not to get penalties. I think I've done quite good in the penalties this race, because Mexico usually above 10.
Yeah, well, you picked up 1 for exceeding track limits and 1 for speeding the pit lane. Surprised you didn't get your 10 seconds for cutting that corner, like, but...
Yeah.
No, I was pretty lucky only to get a warning for that.
Yeah.
Like I say, you've basically you've shown the same pace as you did last week. You know.
Yeah, it's the same rap. Meat wasn't here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'd have been a good race with you and your brother and Meep as well.
And LH, if LH was around.
And, yeah, and LH as well, if he didn't go and play his darts.
Yeah, what an idiot. Yeah, he's not gonna win as much as what he wins for racing.
No.
But I've just got to say thanks, guys, for an absolutely fantastic race. You're never disappointed at all, and that goes out to all the drivers. So all the drivers across the board, absolutely fantastic, top to bottom. Big shout out to Puppy, our driver of the day, for the commentators. Absolutely epic start.
Yeah, definitely.
You call him the D-pad. You said something. Does he use the D-pad?
He uses the D-pad.
What?
Yeah. It's so no analog stick. It's all D-pad, like old school Gran Turismo. You got to think like the guy is pretty much on par with a lot of drivers of pace, and he's using a D-pad.
Yeah. You don't really see him that often make mistakes neither. So.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a legend. He's already part of the folklore of Raiders Racing League.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you very much for joining us again.
Yes. Thank you.
Cairo, I'll pass it to you to wrap everything up.
Yep. Well, massive thanks to obviously all the drivers for putting on the show for us. Massive thanks to Rainer for, making this opportunity work. Obviously thanks to Gaz as well for helping me out and whatnot. So, but thanks everyone for joining, and I will see you all Friday night for Friday Night Racing main event. So, good night to you guys, and good night to everybody else.